Hey everybody, I just wanted to quickly share something with you. About an hour ago, I was having a conversation with my husband, and it was about something to do with our finances, well, my finances. And he said, are you okay? And I replied back, I'm fine, because my wealth is in the execution of my talent. And I have read tons of books, Robert Kiyosaki, Think and Grow Rich, a lot of books around mindset and how to just jumpstart your gifts and talents into streams of income. And my biggest struggle has been staying consistent in the execution. But today, when I was having that conversation with him, my level of peace was massive. And that's why I'm sharing this with you, because you weren't a part of that conversation. But some of us are on these journeys and we have been on them for a while, and we find ourselves grinding and we don't see the results that we want to see. Our educational system really gears us to be employees, but most of the lifestyles that many of us proclaim that we want are not within the parameters that a person would get if they're only making income as an employee. Because most people are living check to check. So if we actually want to attain wealth or have opportunities beyond meeting our current needs, if we want to have the capacity to leave something to the next generation, we're going to have other ways that we can bring in income or bring in wealth. And the only way, I shouldn't say the only way, the main way that I believe that people can do that is by executing in their gifts. You can go out and get a job, you can go out and invest, but the reality is the talent that you possess is going to open the doors that many other things could not. And the way that you execute that or bring that to the world is going to be customized solely to you. There are millions of people in the world, but we are still all individuals, and we were made and crafted to bring something to this space to make it better. And those are the things that will open doors that nothing else can open. Those are the things where nobody else can compare you to somebody else, because you are set to be an individual in your space. And there's brilliance that you bring to the world. And when we realize that we can actually monetize that brilliance, and that monetizing it doesn't make it dirty, we will have ourselves in a position where we can actually build the lifestyles that we want to build. There are some of you who are brilliant writers who do not write, or you don't share it with anybody. But the only way that people are actually going to be able to support you is if you put that gift out into the world. And I realize that that is the scariest part. Social media has a lot of people saying things to people that they would not say face to face. And sometimes the fear of being massively criticized or having somebody to judge your appearance or break down what you're doing can cause you to actually stop and not execute. But the reality is there will be naysayers, there will be people who will talk about you, there will be people who don't understand, but there will also be those people who are waiting on your voice to enter the space. There is those people who are waiting to watch and see how you actually come into the world, how you actually share. One of the biggest benefits that we can give our kids, our nieces and nephews, and our friends who are sitting around us looking at our gifts and wondering when we're actually going to do something with it is to actually execute. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be flawless. It doesn't have to be something that will be put on the cover of a magazine initially. But it does have to be put out there. And people are waiting on it. And that is going to be the way that you will open the doors for your family's future, for not having to punch a clock when you don't want to. And for those of you who are like, okay, yeah, you're saying this, but what does it look like? Several things. There are programs where you can actually make courses and teach people how to do what you do. There are people who are sharing their gifts on YouTubes. There are people who are, instead of waiting on somebody to look at them and say, hey, here's a TV show, they're creating their own. We are living in a time where anybody who has a phone has the capacity to reach an audience. So I hope that you will really examine and look at your gift and think about ways that you can actually share it. And don't allow other people's negativity to stop you from putting your good in the world. Because the truth of the matter is, we all need it.